Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am the two-time, now Boxed Award-winning The Boxed, and I am back for day 2 of FanExpo. So, once again, got the flannel, got the Cactus Jack shirt on, I always have the beard. Yeah, this is just like a simpler and easier to deal with costume, so that's why I'm going with the Cactus Jack one this year. So, let's see what we can find. Okay, I'm walking down Artist Alley, and the more time I spend here, the sketchier everything seems to be. Hi-yo! Alright, folks, I am in line to meet McLovin. Now, I have a DVD to autograph. Now, unfortunately, I just couldn't find a DVD that I wanted to get autographed. I know I have role models somewhere. I just couldn't find it in time, so I'm getting my Superbad DVD autographed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got Christopher Mintz-Plasse, or however you pronounce it. Forgive me if you're watching, Chris. Anyway, yeah, he actually took a few minutes to talk to me. We talked about like for me, the origin of disco band as opposed to just legal names. I gave a brief overview on like how I view names differently than most people do. Also talked about how obviously I got the Superbad DVD, but I wanted to bring my role models DVD, but I just couldn't find it. So I got Superbad. And yeah, it's actually a chill guy. I always appreciate when they take the time because they're here to make money. They got lineups, and so for him to just hey, actually take the time to talk to the fans, it's like, oh hey, that's decent.
Please don't let me get into this. We'll be here all day. Do you know any of the characters? Don't worry about it. You'll find out later. My favorite character, this is the problem. See, I'm like, well, actually, now that you mention it, my favorite character technically is Reed Silas, who is the main character of the... Oh my god, people love him. That's amazing. I literally am him. I work for a public library. When I started reading, I was like a nervous little 17-year-old that had never gone out by myself. So I was like, he was really a character that I connected to fully. And he has such a great storyline. Read the YA books for Reed. He's amazing. I love him so much. His last book is coming out in a month, and I'm so mad. It's gonna be over. Anyway, yeah, that's my favorite character. I'm actually dressed as him right now. I'll stand up. This was my first cosplay. This is what got me into cosplay. So yeah, I love Reed. Anyone else? Right here? Favorite book. That is also a thing where I'm like, now that you mention it, a favorite book. Okay, I have a favorite book from each phase. I can give you that. Phase 1, it's got to be The Rising Storm. That is the second adult book in that series. I love that book. I love Elzar Mann, if anyone knows Elzar Mann. Everybody in my personal life who knows nothing about the series knows who that is. My friend over here in the front row, who was wearing a Stellan Gios robe that I made, texted me a couple months ago and went, your characters are Stellan and Elzar, right? And I was like, how did you know that? So that book is great. That's a great Stellan and Elzar book. And then phase 2, it's got to be Path of Deceit, which is the first YA book in that. That's such a great book. I can't actually talk about it because that's a big spoiler, but Path of Deceit, an amazing book, amazing characters. It's such an interesting story, really well written. I read it on a plane, which if you've read Path of Deceit, you know that's a really bad book to be reading on a plane because I was in a confined space and I couldn't do anything about it. And then phase 3, got to be Tears of the Nameless. That is the second young adult book in the series so far, tied with Temptation of the Force, which is a very compelling title. Temptation of the Force. Interesting, huh? I wonder what's going to happen there. But yeah, I really like the books that really delve into some of those characters from phase 1. So I would say those are my favorites. But also there's 3 more to come, so who knows? Yeah. Anyway.
So you're Captain Salty, I hear?
I am Captain Salty. You've heard of me.
Yeah, I heard you had trouble deciding between Captain Chlorine and Captain Sodium.
Ah, yes, Captain Chlorine and Sodium. I decided to go with Salty, just because it had a nice little ring to it. Aye. But yes, Chlorine, so those have great names too.
Go figure.
I could have had a periodic table for a name.
Yeah.
I could have broken it down into 2 letters. Aye, yes.
Yeah, you could have done double the hydrogen over oxygen.
That's right. I could have been a science pirate, Captain. Doctor Captain Salty. Dr. Captain Chlorine. Dr. Captain Sodium.
Captain Chemistry?
Oh, that could be a hit. A chemistry pirate. Sailing the seas with different potions and concoctions and different bubbles and beakers and things.
But be careful, you might be accused of witchcraft.
That could be. That's a bad thing where I'm coming from.
Yeah, because that would be like hundreds of years ago when people just were smart, they were accused of witchcraft.
There's a witchcraft thing to it, and the pirates there no take kindly to no witchcraft.
No.
No. Or warlock craft for that matter.
No.
They don't like the magic and things like that.
But you can solve the warlock problem with the war key.
Ah, if you get a war key, then you can open the warlock, and then the warlock becomes vulnerable and spills their deepest, darkest secrets and gets over their toxic warlock masculinity.
Yep.
This is wonderful. Wonderful idea.
Modern problems, modern solutions.
Modern doctor, chemistry, pirate that relieves the others of their toxic masculinity.
Woo!
Captain Sodium!
Yep.
Also known as Captain Salty.
Yep. I'm seeing a lot of familiar characters, and there's a Black Mage / Vivi from 9 who actually has a video game, so let's hear about it.
Hi, I'm Starseer Mila, and I'm the creator of Escape from Brent Rock. It's a Game Boy styled escape room game, short little thing. It's free on HDO. You wake up at the top of a tower in Brent Rock, Massachusetts, and you've got to MacGyver your way out of it. You solve puzzles. There's a little bit of code breaking there, so if you're into cryptology, anything like that, it's a little bit of that. And yeah, check it out on HDO. It's free. starseermila.hdo.com.
I'm kind of curious about what you would recommend if I have to say a world or a character, I'm drawing inspiration, let's say Luke Skywalker or Alderaan, but obviously I just don't want to say, oh, it's Luke Skywalker or Alderaan. How much of my own spin should I put on it? What would be the best way to go about it? Where's that line, basically?
So my favorite thing to do when making great characters based off of other characters is to strip them down to what I like about the character. For example, B's Telemachus character is
I was abandoned by my father.
Father left for war, trying to find their dad. Bare bones Telemachus.
Trying to find my dad, don't know where he's been for the last 21 years.
But if you wanted to do, where did they go? I was gonna say Jester. Jester grew up in a brothel with her mom, and then got found out and had to leave. That would be the bare bones of Jester, and you don't have to say that it's Jester because so many stories are the same. Like Luke Skywalker and Harry Potter are bare bones the same.
Yeah.
So if you just strip it down to what you like about the character, you can build off of that.
Thank you.
Let's go! Ice cream!
Ice cream!
We were all in the Iron Man office. We were in the Iron Man office for months making Iron Man, and there was a lot of conversation. It had not been cast yet. Iron Man had not been cast at all. And so there's a lot of conversation about who we were going to go out to. And there was this list of actors who were going to be Tony Stark. And then, and I'll never forget the day that John walked in. He just had this, his face was just lit up. And they had just taped the Robert Downey Jr. reading. And he's like, it was like he just told everyone, everybody, just stop what you're doing, come in here. And we all the sport artists, all the concept guys, everybody that's working, and we all just put our stuff down and walked into this room with John, and he's like, watch this. And he showed us Robert's take, Robert's read, and it was phenomenal. And you know, it was kind of like that moment where everyone knew who was going to be Tony Stark.
Yeah.
And he's like, am I crazy, or is this is him, right? And everyone was like, yeah, this is the guy. And it was a really magical moment. And you know, I always describe it like this. There was a lot of great actors who we were talking to about the part for Tony Stark, and a lot of good actors and great actors read for the part of Tony Stark. And then Tony Stark walked in. And after that, it was like, I think after that day, everyone was told we're no longer looking for Tony Stark. And I think that was, yeah, I mean, you know, there's this whole other side to that story, but I signed an NDA, so I can't talk about that part of it. But that's a really fun, that was a very fun, cool day.
All right, as per usual, whenever I'm here on a Saturday, folks, I usually run into some friends.
Yellow. Chef Dibley here again, as always. This is my ninth convention. This is her 8th. Yep. We will be back in April for more food madness. Trust us, we will be back. Foodies.
Yeah, they moved, so they need some time to get acclimated to their new place. So we're pausing for a little bit on the cooking videos.
And he was really close.
Oh, I was waiting for a nut shot. Yeah, did.
Good shot.
Good stuff.
Oh, we're going boy.
Can I take a picture?
I love comics, especially DC Comics. I grew up on DC Comics. I have so many hoop dreams for stuff I want to do at DC Comics, but I don't think DC Comics likes me as much as I like them.
But that's
so I don't know that I'll get to do it.
That's true of most. It's rare that they love you as much as you love them, because you grew up on this stuff. And they know they've got their hooks.
But you know what? They had the Star Trek license when I was a kid, and I used to read DC Star Trek stuff. Now, IDW has it, and I'm writing a Star Trek book for IDW.
Well done.
Are you?
Yeah.
Is that announced?
Yeah, it just got announced. And by the way, I'm the dumbest man in this business, because I am going to, like an idiot, take over for Ryan North on Lower Decks.
Yes.
That's awesome.
It's so stupid.
It's a great idea.
Who takes over for Ryan North? That's a dumb move.
That is a bold move, Connor.
Yeah, it's idiotic.
See how it works out for him.
Yeah. How is your Star Trek knowledge, though? Really quickly, Tim.
Oh, I'm like lifelong. My first convention I ever went to was a Star Trek convention at the Omni Biltmore in Providence, Rhode Island.
Wow.
My dad took me and he was mortified. He couldn't. He's like, I can't believe I'm doing this. We walked in the doors to the Omni Biltmore, and my dad's name was Mike. And we walked in. I swear to you, we were 2 steps into the place, and we hear, Mike Sheridan, and it was his boss, dressed head to toe as a portly Captain Kirk, season 3. And so it ended up working out great for my dad. Like, he looked like so cool to his boss. But anyway, that was my first convention. I met Nichelle Nichols. I still have the autograph.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So when my brother became a teenager and we started to drift apart, because it was like the generational divide, and all of a sudden he doesn't want to be associated with his younger brother, I stick with fantasy, and he goes hard for sci-fi, and so that's why I hate Star Trek. Because he went deep in the paint for Star Trek, and I was just like, nope.
All right.
I just want to clip the part where he said, I hate Star Trek. And just put that as my ringtone.
I don't, it's funny, I have more appreciation for it now, but like for like a decade of detritus just building up like.
All right, here's
how do you consider that Star Trek is a little bit like D&D?
Star Trek RPG. We're going to do a Star Trek RPG
Star Trek
panel.
RPG.
That's what we're going to do.
It'll be for both of them. This will be fantastic.
It'll be good. As long as I get the most fantasy style character, so I'll be the Klingon who's got the Batla and I'm chopping people.
The Batla.
Whatever. The thing with the
sword.
crescent thing.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
This is going to be great. So that'll be
awesome.
in Calgary.
Yeah.
We'll do a reunion
We're
panel.
gonna
So
run a
everyone
Star
make sure
Trek
you're
RPG.
We're going to run a Star Trek
There it
RPG
is.
after
That'll be
hours in
perfect.
Calgary.
And I'll be your. I don't even know.
You have to be a player. You can't be a moderator.
No,
for
I
this.
can't be the game master on that.
You'll be my red shirt.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there we go.
You're going to be like 3 tops of 9.
That's right. That's right. Perfect.
Foley, eh?
Yep.
One of the
Cactus
best.
Jack,
Cactus
bang, bang.
Jack, bang bang.
Let's talk about film and TV.
Yes, sir.
We got to spin the wheel here. How much do you play spin the wheel?
Well, so we're trying to get new users on our website. So the deal is, if you sign up on the QR code, I'll ask you 3 trivia questions, and then you get to spin the wheel, and you win whatever prize you want.
Well, I don't have Wi-Fi, so I don't think it would work.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what, we can play anyway.
Not Wi-Fi. I mean
data.
Yeah, data.
Data. I'll tell you what, you want to do trivia anyway, since you got the camera, you got the Cactus Jack.
Yeah. Sure,
Here.
I'll try.
I'll give you some stickers as well. Those are free to keep.
Woohoo!
Now let's see what you got here. We got 3 questions for you. Get them right, you get to spin the wheel. Deal? First question. What does Gollum call the ring?
The precious.
That's right, with the voice. I love it. Okay. Question 2. Can you name 3 franchises that Andy Serkis is in?
I do not know who Andy Serkis is.
Okay, forget bad question. Forget that one. New question. How many doctors have there been in Doctor Who?
Ooh, I know about Doctor Who. I have a coworker who actually is a Doctor Who fan.
Oh yeah? But you don't watch it yourself?
No.
Okay, I'll give you a new question, no problem. What color is Mace Windu's lightsaber?
Ooh, I want to say purple.
It is purple.
Yes.
Yeah, nice one. And finally, last question. What year do Doc and Marty travel back to in Back to the Future 1?
Ooh, I'm pretty sure I feel like it's in the 50s.
Yeah, it's in the 50s.
So I have a 1 in 10 chance.
Yeah.
Well, I remember the almanac. I'm trying to decide between 6 and 8. Am I in the ballpark?
You're close, a little lower than that though.
1955.
1955, there you
Okay,
go.
there.
That's 3 for 3, right on. All right, spin the wheel and see what you win here.
Yeah.
Oh. A guy named Logan and a girl came by. What'd you win? Coaster. There we go. Here we go.
Congrats.
There you go.
Thank you. Okay, do you have a card code? You talk about a QR code. When I get to my hotel, I can probably use the Wi-Fi there.
Yeah, you can. Here, take this. This gives you a bit more details about us, and you can figure it out. But yeah, I hope to see you on the website, pelletblatt.com.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, folks. Day 2 of FanExpo is in the books. So as you saw, I got Christopher Mintz-Plassey's autograph. I went to see some more panels, ran into the autistic chef David Leahy. You saw some of the other stuff that I got to, like shoot a stormtrooper. Today was actually a lot longer. It was from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. So I was there for a long. It was actually twice as long as yesterday. Yesterday was only 3 to 8. Today was 10 to 8, so double the time. Tomorrow's going to be shorter, but there still is one more day left of FanExpo to go, and we'll see what happens. Till then, bye everyone.